So you can see that if I press L, the object instantiates, and if I stop holding L, it destroys for both of the players, so it's synced. Today I'll show you how to transfer data between players. What I mean is that for the first section of the video you see how to instantiate and destroy an object while online, so that if a player instantiates something, well then the other people will see it as well. Same goes for destroying. But in the second section you see how to use RPCs. It's basically a way to send data like an int to a specific person you choose, or just everyone. So let me start by creating a new tag, so that if we go here, tag, add a tag, and let's create a tag that is light, like that. So if we save it now, because okay, I want to show if a person presses a button, he makes a light somewhere in the scene, and so I want to show that the other player will also see this light being instantiated. So what I'm doing is I'm creating a prefab for the light. I'm going to use a point light. Let's move it somewhere, so like that. If we make it, yeah, more visible, maybe change the color to red. So now put its tag as light, and then we also have to place a photon view, because we cannot instantiate an object for everyone in the scene if there's no photon view. So now that we've done that, let's make it, let's get inside, let's create then a folder just called prefabs, and just place it in there. Nice. Now we can delete it because it's already a prefab if we put it. Yeah, exactly. So when we've done that, let's go to the player, and in here let's create a new script called data, and in there we'll say that we want to instantiate this object for everyone in the scene after Visual Studio loads. So in here let's use photon.pun, so we can access all the network features. Then on mono behavior pun. Now let's make a variable for which key to press. So key code push button equals, well, there's no problem not having space there, but I don't know, it's just OCD. Then a game object, which is the light prefab, or whatever prefab you want to put. Then lastly the photon view. View. Now in the start, let's get the photon view like that, and in the void update I am going to say that if I press the button down, or then hit key down, push button, or then if my view is mine, I want to photon network. That's the way to instantiate. Photon network dot instantiate. Then you cannot use the name. You have to actually, you know what, I've done a mistake. I shouldn't put this here. I should put it in resources. There you go. So no need for the folder, because now that it's in the resources, need to get its name and put it like that, because I actually don't have to use that. So yeah, no need. Now after we say the name, it will search it exactly in those Photon Unity networking resources. That's why you have to put it there. And after it searches it and it finds it, we have to say where we want to instantiate. So let's go ahead. First of all, if we place it, well, then let's copy this. Well, let's do it like that. Brackets goes dot f, not dot. Nice. Now we have to say, oh wait, now we have to say quaternion. I don't know how to say this word, but it's like the rotation of the object. Oh, now we can instantiate it, but what if we want to destroy it? Well, it's the same way. It's just, instead of photon network dot instantiate, it's photon network dot destroy. But in our case, in my case, I need to get the light so that I can destroy it. That's why I created the tag light. So if I get the key up, push button, or then let's say firstly if view dot is mine, now actually let's create a private game object. It's called light in scene, and then this way we can destroy this light in scene. First we can get it in the game view, game object, using the tag find object with tag light, like that. And then when we have the object, we can say photon network dot destroy this light in scene. And I think that's everything. Let's close it. Here we can assign what key I'll use L. Yeah, let's save it, destroy this, let's build it, see what happens. Also, I haven't changed anything in the last tutorial except the visuals, so I changed them because I just I just like designing stuff, that's all. And yeah, so I haven't changed any code and stuff like that. Okay. So if we get inside the scene, yeah, like that, and now we get another player. There you go. And if we press, oh, let's first look at it. And we press L, done. Look, so on this player, actually right now I'm controlling him, and if I press L only on this game, you can see it goes through the network and instantiates the object. And if I stop holding L, so get key up, well then it destroys. Yeah, that's amazing. So that was the first section of this video. Hope you liked it. In the second one we'll use RPCs. So yeah, thanks for watching, and you can use the comment section to type whatever you want. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next section. Bye.